All right, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I am running a little late today. Just a bunch of stuff going on. Hopefully, I don't get kicked off. It is storming really bad. It's just that time of year here in Florida. So, going to be a roll of the dice every day I stream when we've got one of these things going on. Good news is it'll be loud and crazy for a little while with thunder and lightning, and then it'll be like it never happened. So, we're going to continue working on the bot for today. Just I'm not caught up where I need to be, where I want to kind of live stream some stuff for the like stream switcher thing that we wanted to build. I'm kind of doing something as an interim thing to solve a current problem that we're having, which won't be as interesting for me to do on stream, and then I'll move over to working on that. So we're gonna keep working on the bot, and when I'm off stream, I'll work on that until we get to the cool stuff. So yesterday we started on this module to control the KeyLight. So there's some other things that we can do to the KeyLight, or KeyLights, I should say, plural. I have more than one. So we haven't added anything to change the brightness of them or the color temperature, because we can change them between, like a white and an orange. So we can do that. There's also this particular item that I would like to address today. So maybe I'll do that one first, because until this is solved, there's still some hard-coded logic in here that's very specific to this stream. And so let's take a look at that real quick, and I will show you. Let's see. I want to say it's in... Let's open here. I think it's in the command. I think it's in run. Right, okay. So it's this logic right here. We need tunes. Tunes. All right, there we go. So this logic right here was because we found this issue when we were working on the VST plugin that adds effects to my voice, which I still haven't fixed. Sorry, Rocker Boo. I'm trying. So we had an issue where, like, if somebody applied an effect to my voice and I happened to kill the bot, or it died, due to a panic or something, that it would leave the filter on. So we sort of had this check here for when the bot shuts down, we want to make sure we cleanly remove any effects off my voice. So my thought here is this is very hard-coded. But the way we can get around this is we've now implemented this new feature, and I'm just going to split the config file here really quick. We've now implemented this new feature here that is triggers. Excuse me. I've been talking a lot the past couple of days, so just really dry throat. So the thought here is that I think that what we could do is implement a bot startup, maybe bot start, right? And we'll just copy that. And then a bot stop. And then we can just call these triggers. Actually, I guess we don't even really have to do a lot for that. I mean, we would need to here, right? So if we just go into our actions for sound. What's going on, Aaron? Love the Gopher mic drop. We got to get you on here sometime, especially working on this bot. So what I was just kind of discussing was one of the features I want to work on first is this number 36. When we implemented the VST plugins, I had to hard code some stuff so that if the bot died, it would turn off effects that were on my voice. Just because it'd be in this weird state where if you applied an effect and then I shut down the bot, it would be stuck there. So this cleanup is now hard coded to my stream, and what I'm trying to prioritize is anything that allows this to be reusable, especially like on your stream. So we started this triggers logic, and so the thought is, first thing today is to maybe implement these triggers so that on bot startup we can do something, and on bot shutdown, maybe we should call that startup, and shutdown. I don't know. Naming isn't important. So then we can move this into actions on this side in the config, and then the bot itself is no longer hard-coded. That's the thought anyway. So we should have a OBS : filter. What's it called? Set. Let's just look for the Heil. Wait. Where are you? There we go. So we've got this list of actions, so we should be able to just sort of take this and come up here to bot shutdown. Where did that come from? I must be hitting extra keys. So, okay, so now we have this like list of actions that excuse me, are going to be called on shutdown. And we don't need a user arg map anymore. And we're just going to say, oh wait. So this is, what was the name of that thing now? Filter name. You know, the obvious name. Okay, so that would be deep, right? And then we can remove that. What's going on, Skip? Note. Okay, so that's that one. And we're just gonna paste these, and we need our commas here. High pitch, even though these things don't exist, so we can't really test this. Sorry, I'm running a little late today. What is, wait, false? I think that that's supposed to be robot. How long has that been broken for? And then this would be robot. And really, I think we should lowercase these. When we recreate them, we'll keep them lowercase. Oh, I didn't update my, I didn't start this the way I normally do. So hold on, let me update this and then I'll show you what I've been working on. Boom. All right. So I've been working on some scripts and I didn't use it today because I was not sure how well it would work. So let's just open this up. I have a, it's in my bin stream. Huh? Wait a second. I put it in user bin? Oops, that is not where it was meant to go. But we'll open it up. No. Now I'm really confused. I swore it was in this, in here. Yeah. Bin. Stream. Okay, let's open it up in where that symlink points to, because this is just, all right. Streaming, scripts, stream. Okay, so I've been working on this script to kind of like spin things up. So these are kind of like things I wanted to do to begin with. So first thing it does is it pauses my notifications in Linux, and then it uses sed to update my Alacrity font size. And then it turns my KeyLights on, and then it loads this saved workspace that I have here with, you know, these 3 splits and that Chrome. And then also you don't see it because it is just slightly off of screen, I'll push it on. So just over here off of screen, I've got your chat. And because I hit refresh on accident, it wants to play it. So I've been working on all of this, and then that i3 config, streaming your script for how to start up screams, exactly. So, and then it spins up, you know, the moderator view that you see over there, spins up a new Chrome, and then spins up these things in whatever working directory I pass it. And then it just sort of they snap into place based on some logic that's inside this shared workspace, which we can look at if everybody's interested. But I didn't start my stream up this way. It was already, the panes were already there. From last night, I had manually shifted the font back down. I started late, so this is what we did. Yeah, Skip Note, you should definitely do that. Are you streaming from Linux? Yeah. And I'm assuming i3 too. Pitched and robot. Okay. Yeah, so you could totally do the same thing. I'm happy to share any of these scripts. The one thing I'm still doing is there's a couple other things I want. So when we open programs in like the browser, right now I need to manually bump this up. One of my thoughts here is to either change the DPI so that everything just scales automatically, or to change my GTK configuration to change the font size. So I'm still playing with that part of it. And then all of these colored lights, I manually kind of set up this color scheme. It would be cool if I just had, because this looks really cool, but this is not how I work. I don't have all this stuff on when I work normally. But yeah, so I want to have it do all of that too, and probably start the bot. So it's going to evolve. You set your extra resources DPI to 200 when you stream, or always? Okay, so OBS disconnect. I think this is okay. These are the things we don't want to remove. Ooh. That cracking thunder just said save your work. Okay, what were we doing here? Oh, we want to do bot.trigger. No. Execute. There we go. Execute trigger. And I don't think we really need to pass anything here. The name is going to be bot. Uh-oh. What did we call this again? Startup or shut down. So we're going to trigger bot.startup, and then we need to pass a command. But I don't think. Wait, we need a bot. How quickly I forget what all of these things are. Oh, it's a bot.params. Okay. That's right. Bot.params. And I don't think we really need anything from there. Let's let's just open up the wow, did y'all hear that? Where's the params now? Oh, channel, user ID, username, blah, blah, blah. We don't really need any of that. Oh, and that's shut down. And I suppose we can just say, yeah, we don't really need any options. So let's just call the command shut down. And we'll just pass this. And then the other thing we should probably do is on startup. So my thought is we may have to fix this in the future. And the reason for that is that this Twitch run here, this blocks. And in theory, if your startup were to try to say something on Twitch, that could cause an issue. We're just going to put this here for now. We'll call that startup. And we're just going to add a to-do here. To-do. Handle scenario where startup action contains a Twitch. Startup trigger contains a I can't tell how long my my line length is here. Okay, that's fine. Contains a Twitch action. Skip note, do I follow you? I don't think I follow you. I need to make sure I follow you, that way I know when you go online. What do you stream about? I've gotten used to it. It's always 200. I use 32-inch 4K at 1920. Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind a bigger font, but this is probably slightly bigger than I want normally. But I don't know, I'm getting older, so maybe I should just leave it. Okay, so let's see. That may be all we need. Let's see whether this builds. Ooh, no. Line 37, what'd we do? Oh. Alright, there we go. Oh, we never committed everything from before, did we? What did we do in command root? Oh, we don't need that in our go.mod anymore either. Oh. Our readme didn't really have anything. What our go.sum. Sorry, just catching up on what we did here. Oh no. Our go.sum shouldn't be changed. Aaron, help me out here. Why is our go.sum still contain things that are not in our go mod? Yeah, we still have bonjour in there, even though we're not using it. I don't want to manually modify this either. Oh, so you're doing Go these days. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I definitely need to check that out. Why are you still in there? It's not in here anymore. I'm just gonna get okay. So we're gonna commit this from yesterday. Start of new KeyLight module. Why did I say git status? Git commit. Okay, and then Moses number 36. This is number 36. Shutdown logic now handled by triggers. Okay, so that's closed. Maybe what we should do is try to maybe finish up the logic on the key lights. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to do on like triggers and actions and all of these things that require callbacks and things like that. But I'm thinking maybe today, maybe we try to finish up the key light thing, write that off, even though we have a lot more work to do on the hue lights too. So let's see. Modules, key light. This should be pretty straightforward though. So we've got a blink, we've got power, we need a brightness. And then we need a temperature. Oh, let me get the box. Have I been leaving K-Thanks by up the whole time? Yep. I believe that was enabled the entire stream last time and nobody tried it. None of you tried it. All right. Eric bot dev run. All right, the bot is live. You all can have, oh. There we go. You all can have your sound effects and rave and all of that. Nobody has a vendetta against me. All right, let's see. Temperature action. Now let's implement these really quick. Oh yeah, we never finished that. I don't even think I want to know if we... Let's do it. We might need to have a to-do day where we either remove these, like remove ones we've implemented, fix stuff, or open tickets. It's getting... Well, one of them is in the KeyLight thing, so we should just address that now. Okay. So We should really look at the response code here. So let's comment this stuff out too, because otherwise it's going to fail our build. Well, we fixed this from last time. All right, so read the response body. Were you here, Aaron, when we got these lights to blink? What am I doing here? Response dot. Let's see. I'm going to assume that maybe we can just use the body of this response as an error. We gotta read this. I'm gonna cheat. Don't pick on me, Aaron. This is gonna be ioutil.read all. I should see your code. Okay, so oh, because there could be an error. You know what? We're already in an error handling logic here, so I don't think we really care that that blew up. All right. So now the one thing I want to look at here is that we should be able to reuse like 90% of all of this. And so now I'm wondering if I'm really wondering if there should be like just one settings action or something, right? Because when we think about this, this is all basically the same thing. Let's call it this. Let's see. All right, so in here we have arguments on all right, so here's my thought. We're gonna set all of this. So wait a second. Down here in this logic we do that. If it's honest, then we're setting it to itself. Okay, so maybe we don't do any of that. We just set everything to itself. So if we remove that check entirely, we try to fetch the light info. This is the current light information. We set on to true if and only if it's one of these values. If it's not, it gets left alone. So then we could also do if a dot args brightness is not equal to an empty string. Well, I mean, I suppose we should do this the right way. don't care about that. We care about whether it exists. I mean, I suppose we could do this, right? And say, if it exists, then undeclared name. Oh. Okay. All right. So then in here, we're going to say to do parse brightness. And we can do that here in a second. I'm just sort of following this line of thought here. Okay, and then here, this is going to be the temperature. So we'll just call it T, temperature. And then we're going to parse the temperature. Okay. And, I mean, we should already have a parse in here, right? We can just kind of... Wait, what? We're already... Why is that to do there? Okay. Brightness. There, equal to nil. And we're going to return fumped dot error f. Error parsing brightness. Assuming there's no error there, then we're going to set op.light. Oh, wait. Okay. Hold on. We almost messed this up. Well, crap. So we'll do this real quick. All right, op.lights I dot brightness equals we're just going to copy this for now, and then I'll tell you what's wrong. Unless anybody else can see it. Okay, parsing temp, opt, temp. And that's an int. Okay, so let's see. Can anybody catch what refactoring needs to be done here? Well, I'm going to give everybody a second here. And then I'll give you the answer. Anybody see it? Anybody? Okay, so the answer is that this is inside of our loop for the individual lights. We should only have to parse this one time. Where did my... Okay, so we need to push this up further. This parsing logic, because we really only need to parse it one time. However, yeah. Now we're going to have an issue here. I think I just copied that, right? Yeah. So now we're going to have this issue here. Like, how do we declare whether or not brightness was set? So I suppose the one thing we could do is we could just look here. So we could say, okay, idea. Here's our idea. So let's go ahead and pull up the temperature here too. And we'll paste this here and then we'll get this going. Sorry, I've got a bunch of stuff going on today. Let's see. Okay. So, brightness declared and not used, right? So we need to declare this up here. And we're going to need to set error. Actually, let's just do this int. And then we can keep this, and we don't need that here. I don't know, we're just going to call it val. And then we should be able to say brightness equals int val. And we can do the same thing for here. I don't know, maybe bright. It's like there's like 3 values here to all represent the same thing, except one's like a string version of it, one's the UN64, one's the higher level thing. I don't like it. Yeah. And we're going to say temperature equals int temp. Okay, so now we have these like variables that are kind of like global to our function. Bright declared but not used. What? Oh. Bright. So now those are set at the parent. So this is iterating over each of the IP addresses that we've supplied, grabbing their current settings, and then for whatever reason there can be multiple lights, and I'm not sure whether that's because like maybe an IP address represents a string of lights in the future, or whether they can pair off of each other. I'm not entirely sure why that's a thing. So but what we can do, that one's fine. So what we can do is here, we can just throw this away. And if there is a value, we know that it would have thrown an error if it failed to parse earlier. So we're just going to use it. Okay, so now in theory we have like this parent thing here that does all of this stuff. So now we should be able to create individual func power action, right? Bot params. And now this one should just be able to missing return. Oh, duh. Then we should be able to just call this settings action, right? I guess that would allow everybody to override stuff too. So maybe this is just a help. No, because I do like the idea of this being just a generic one that you can call all of the things at once. Maybe we don't need all of these. That's what I think. Why do we even need it? Because if we just leave everything alone except for the thing that you supplied, then that would work. All right, yeah, I think I like it better this way. So the blink action will leave. All right, let's look at, how is blink implemented? Okay, it called power action, which is fine. It's just now settings action. And so we have a side effect that would be useful. So I suppose if you supplied the temperature in here and the brightness, that could work too. So, okay. So now we need to update our config.json. What was it? KeyLight. Blink we're leaving alone. Nope. Oh, right. I mean, I suppose we could prove this by saying I forget what these values are. I don't know. Oh wait, all configs values are strings for now. And then we could say brightness, I know is between 0 and 100. So I don't know. They're not very bright now, so we could turn them to 100 and then blink. I'm gonna need to reset this because it's not gonna be fun. Okay, let's see. Are they up all the way? I don't feel like that did what I thought it would. We're passing through the same args that we had. So, I don't know, let's change this to 1500 and brightness to 20. I don't think that's working. Let's and let's update my KeyLight one that I have, the Python one that I have. Oh, did we go too high? And let's see what happens if I say KeyLight on. Okay. 2900 to 7000. But still, 7000 should be pretty orange. Oh no, that's white. So why? Brightness 100, color 7000. So now let's try and turn it back. 32,750. Wait. Brightness 32. Color 3750. Was that what it was? I'm not paying attention. Who's paying attention? Okay. So if this doesn't turn them down, now I can't tell. I feel like those are still brighter. Oh, actually, we can check. We can hit the browser. This is 192.168. Oh, there we go. Brightness, temperature 265. Are we overflowing or something? What's going on, Dr. Doomenberg? You got to hit me with the pink. I'm not going to lie, the pink looks pretty good. Well, right now it's a little washed out because these lights are super bright because whatever our logic is not working correctly. Do you think we're overflowing? Because we clearly set this brightness to 32 and temperature to 3750. And we did that based on this. However, our temperature is 265 and our brightness is 100. So I think we're erroring somewhere. I am doing pretty good. I've just been kind of racing around today. What am I missing here? I'm going to just spit these things out. Brightness, color, no, temperature. Oh wait, we're not. I don't think I've been doing a go build. Is it going to be that simple? Let's see. Strobe. Yep, it was that simple. I hadn't done a build. All right. Is that really? That can't be right. I don't think that that's right. Brightness is 32. Temperature is 265. So that's not right. Our parsing logic has to be wrong. Because we're saying 3750 here. So I have this Twitch team invite sitting in my account, but I don't know how to check anything about a particular team, and I don't quite know the dynamic there. I'm not sure what you mean, Dr. Doomenberg. Dream Zoner, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're messing around with KeyLight some more. Although we've got some sort of like overflow issue or something because the temperature here is 265 and we are telling it that we want 3750. So something's not right here. So what I want to do here is I want to look at, we're going to print all of these things. So what is T? What is it after we've parsed it into a 64-bit integer? And then what is it after we convert it to an int? Because somewhere in here, things aren't right. It's saying all of those values are 3750. What am I missing? If I do a KeyLight on though, that's going to get brighter, right? No. That most certainly is brighter. So what's the deal? Brightness 32. Oh, wait a second. That's not updating. So, like, I'm part of the live coders team. Yeah, I got that part, but what do you mean by you don't know how to check anything about a particular team? What type of team is this? Is this like a gaming team? Is this a live coding team? I'm going to go off here. I want to see whether... Okay, so... Oh, wait, no, here's on. Okay, so this is what it's supposed to be. Temperature 265. So I am so confused right now because we clearly set let's go look up this Python module real quick to see whether maybe I'm using it wrong. Yeah. From 3000 to 7000. Okay. And a brightness from 0 to 100, which is what we are doing. But it's showing up here that way. Why? I am really confused. Brightness is accurate, but why is temperature 265? Does it change at all? Let's just override it here. All right, so that's super bright. Let's see what this says. So temperature is always saying the same thing. But the color clearly has changed. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So we know brightness works. And this should be like 3000 maybe. Which clearly changed the color on my side. However, 332. I am confused. I swear these lights are like the weirdest API ever. We've just been running into issue after issue. So all of this is accurate. All of this is accurate. However, are we setting it here? Oh, I wasn't doing a printf. Oops. Doesn't matter, we still saw. So it stays 332. But if we change it to... So the brightness went up, but the temperature still did not change. Why is the temperature not changing? I wonder if it's just a difference in... What is the math on that? Wait, no, it's still staying 332. Oh, wait a second. Is this as simple as our marshalling? No, we should be setting that to the right thing. What was your kind of question about that, Dr. Dumenberg? Like, you want to see the members of the team? You just sort of want to understand the team? Like, where do you go to find them? And so that JSON is right. I was thinking maybe for a second that it would just be that struct tag was off. I don't really know. Where was I spitting all that out? No, because it's still not the issue. I mean, we can make this an int 64 and then we don't have to cast it. The brightness can only be 100 anyway, so that's not going to compile. What? This still isn't going to solve the issue, but, you know. This is so weird to me. Oops. What is that? Oh, that's where I was working on my script. All right. I'm telling you, these freaking these lights, I thought they were going to be the easy thing. So why is this always coming back 332? It's got to be something with... Let's see where we do this. So this is our buffer. That's where we encode it. All right, I'm just going to print out. I want to see what's ultimately going to the server. Okay, so temperature 7,000 is what's going. Number of lights, lights. And so this matches number of lights, 1, lights. It's an array of objects, brightness. But this comes back as 332. Is KeyLight converting this? Let's go look at their source code. Or actually, let's look at looking. Where's the link? Where's the link? Where are you? I'm not much of a pie person, so looking at this is, I guess, homepage is probably going to be it. All right, let's just go look at their code really quick. Because now I'm like really curious if they're converting it into something else here. Color. Okay. That's checking what the temperature is. Color fit. Oh, yeah. So this whole freaking time, that's our issue. Take the int the Elgato light returns and convert it roughly back to a color temperature. I don't know. So here's a vote. When we supply the color temperature, do we want to supply an exact actual color temperature? Or do we want to just look at the value that the KeyLight wants? I mean, because we can quickly discover that, right? So, 3,000 is the lowest possible value. So if we do a KeyLight on, and then we go look at this. Wait a second. That's 332. And then we can go up to 7,000K. What is that one? Wait a second. The value didn't change. That's not right. I am so confused right now. So looking at these lights, and I don't have a webcam set up, otherwise I would point one. Oh, wait a second. I only see one of them that has changed color. Are we getting an error? Is that our issue? Am I looking at the wrong light? Like one of them's erroring out or something? 242 was the other one. Let's see. No, because 17 and 242. That is setting them of both. This one over here, I watch it blink the color, but then it reverts back. So now Why? Why? Let's figure out which one that is. Actually, I'm gonna just bring that up in here. Let's mess with the Python one for now, and then we'll worry about converting. KeyLight. So we've got this 7,000 value, and okay, so I'm guessing number 1 is this one over here, which is the orange color still. So in theory, if I do this, then this one over here will blink and the color will change. Yep. Okay, so I want to see if that one will turn off. Okay. Oh wait, that was in the right place. Okay, so why are you... I think its brightness was changing. Alright, its brightness is definitely changing. I'm a little annoyed at Node right now, and also my propensity to solve problems by going cutting edge. Yeah, I tend to try to solve a lot of problems going cutting edge, and I hate myself for it. Okay, so now we're orange here. So, wait, now I can't remember which one was which. Light 2 is this one over here. So light 1, light 2. Okay. So now we should be able to set the color. All right, the color changed on that one. So light 2 is 242, which is this one. Temperature, 332, right? Everybody have that in their head? 332. Now we change this to 3000. And now we do this. It is clearly an orange color. It has changed color. We know this. And now watch this. 332. And light number 2. Oops. Light number 2 is 242. And that's what we're hitting. Yarn 2 beta webpack 5 alpha webpack, but Yarn 2 adds a whole new packaging system, not using node modules. Yeah, I like all the node stuff and everything in the package management is so new to me, and I fought like for a week on that crap, and I was getting so frustrated with it. Okay, so I'm like ridiculously confused by this. I don't believe that this is right anymore. So this is hitting Elgato lights, the same thing we are, and it's grabbing the first temperature that it finds, which is fine. In theory, once all these issues with ESM or ES modules is finished, it will be easier and more standard. Yeah, I agree. Okay, what is, like, I don't get this. Why does this not change? Is it cached? I mean, I'm trying to refresh it with... No, because we see the brightness change. Right? If I come over here and we modify this brightness, I'm going to move this up here just so that we sort of have a backup of what the values are that I like. If we make this 100, we're only messing with light 2, which is this one over here to my right. So now if we come down here and we hit this, that clearly got brighter. And this is light number 2, number 242. So 242, brightness 100, color temperature did not change. So the current value of this it's got to be useless. Is the API broken for asking it what its current temperature is? Going to write another blog post once I figure all this out. My last post is number 2 on Google for the error. Nice. All right. I feel like the last couple of the days have just been like me struggling on stream. That can't be very entertaining. So this is really, really strange because the setting is definitely changing because we can clearly see a difference in the light, right? If I bring this down to 32, you will notice I don't have a crazy bright light over here. So the settings are changing. And if we go to 7,000 here, I don't know whether you'll notice this on stream, but it turns very white instead of orange. You might be able to notice it a little bit. But it does not matter what we set that to. The temperature always stays the same. And my thought is maybe like, oh, it's the way we're interpreting it, but that's not. We are hitting this directly. This is just in the browser. This is exactly what the light is returning. So I don't know how we get that to... Earlier I saw it as like a 250 value. $250 something. And so now I'm really curious how that came to be. It has to be some sort of like caching issue or something. Interesting here too. So these should both be white, but they're not. Oh, look at that. That's weird. So the order of whether or not you turn it on or off matters, apparently. Let's leave this alone. Oops. Let's try this. Do we like cause some sort of weird issue there? Okay, so that's white. Still 332. But now we should be able to try this. Okay, so those are the orange color. And there's the 265. Weird. So it has something to do with... It has something to do with when we flicker the light on and off. Where were we? No. Because now it's 265. Right? And why did that one flicker? So that's staying the same. 265. 265. I am so freaking confused right now. What do you mean it's kind of entertaining to see how I solve stuff? So this is wild, you all. Like, this endpoint, these are the lights. We are clearly hitting the lights because, watch this. I will change the color of these. 3750. I'll change the brightness. And now you watch them get brighter. You watch them change color. I am maybe even going officially blind now. So you see that update. You do not see the temperature update though. And we'll leave them bright because it's easier to tell. If I turn them to 7,000 now, and we hit this, you saw the temperature change. No temperature change. And this isn't like our own broken API. This is their freaking light. What is going on here? But now if I turn the light on, what happens here? What happens here? Does that have something to do with that? Oops. No. So it's like it periodically, it's almost like it's cached, but we know it's not cached because we're watching the brightness update. All right, let me catch up here on chat. Talking about node stuff. Your thought process on how you approach a problem, what you search for, etc. You can't really learn that kind of thing from a book or docs. Is it much different than the way most people debug? Our sound's not working? Oh, because I can't play sounds unless I click in here, right? Okay. What did we break now? There's... What am I missing? Let's see. Title says building a Twitch bot in Go, and I see Python. Not disappointed. Yeah, so too many tacos. I have these lights that light me from the front, and I wanted to create like a strobe effect, and I found a library in Python first, and I just had a little Python script to turn them on at the beginning of the stream, and I know that those work and the color change. So I was trying to diagnose why that Python script works, but our hitting the library or our hitting the API does not. And it's odd because it's really the value that's being returned that's like not updating on me. Wait a second. Was 265 the value it was stuck at, or was it 332? I think they're similar. I think it's similar, but everyone has a different way of thinking, and it's right. So let's figure out what's going on with our sound really quick, because I see it here. But why is it broken? Why is our sound always broken? Let's leave this up for now. Let's just go look at our let me just do this really quick. No, because that should be working. npm run start or run dev. Okay. Sound back. Oh. Okay. Why is our sound always freaking broken? I swear, every stream we spend some time debugging sound. Web source app.svelte. So let's just put some console logs here. Console log. Sound player. Actually, let's get some tunes. We need some tunes, yeah. I turned them off because I didn't know whether like the sound was playing and the volume was so low. So we've got some tunes now. Playlist length. Playlist dot length. And let's see. Can't type today. I don't think I can type any day. Who am I kidding? Let's go ahead and spit out the playlist here too if we have one. LSP install TSS server. Do I not have? I thought I had that in here. I guess not. All right, so now I'm confused here. Because we're not even hitting this. Oh. now I'm trying to remember. What's the Vim thing to tell it what language it is? File type. HTML. All right, so let's log it here then. Where's our set timeout? Did we like delete it or something? No? Wait a second. Hold on. No, here it is. Set interval. So every 1 second, we should call the sound player. So why is that not? That line should be spit out every second. Why is it not? I am really confused right now. Why does nothing work? Aaron, maybe I should be fired because I don't, like, I swear the last 2 days, more stuff is broken than not. Playlist. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I see that we have something in our playlist, which is good, and it's growing. Is my job to fix things or break them methodically? A little of both, I guess. Wait, Eric keeps forgetting the error he fixed by putting it in the browser source. Right. No, but it's still not playing there. Because I do have the browser source included. I mean, because there... Wait a second. It's not even showing up on the screen there. Weird. So, but if we look at this though, we can see this growing at least. So that is a good sign. Let's see, which one of those do we get? So there's our playlist length.
Catastrophic failure detected. Evacuation protocol has been initiated. Abandoned ship. SOS. Abandoned ship.
What on earth am I missing? Is it just strictly from me interacting with the page first? I thought we put a fix in here though that would allow that to happen if I fixed it after the fact.
Ooh, what color shall we paint this bike shed, sir? I've always been fond of pastels.
Okay. So that's the issue. It is exactly what you're talking about, Rocker Boo. So if I remember to click in the page, it works. But so I have the browser source in my OBS, but when I open it, it does not show up. Localhost 8080. Okay. And refresh the cache. There it is. All right, now let's see if I hide it. Because right now we can't show it on the page. Let's see if we still get sound. Let me...
Yeah, it's super creative.
All right, I closed that tab.
Sir, maybe technology's not your strong suit. Perhaps a career in professional sandwich artistry?
So here's what's interesting though. That browser source has been there the whole time and not played stuff. I'm guessing it's just because I needed to like hard refresh it. I don't know. Weird. All right, Rocker Boo. You. Yeah. So it seemed like even right now it's not visible, but even when I made it visible, it didn't show up. I ended up having to hard refresh it. So I can't make it visible all of the time. I can set it to hard refresh every time it becomes visible, but I can't set it there all of the time. Because right now we have that background that's there. What's going on, Punchy Penguin? But I mean, I guess I can do that. I may even be able to script it. Okay, so being that you're fixing problems for me, Punchy, or Rocker Boo, you wanna fix my light issue? You came to see me. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I got on late today. So I have these Elgato KeyLights off here to my side, and that is what right now is separating me from the background. Because if we turn those things off, it gets real dark in here. So I've been working on a feature so that those can be strobed and stuff. And it's so freaking weird because we can clearly change the values in these things. Like we can set these, if I change this color temperature to 7,000, boom. And then we do that. This is running through Python. That clearly just got like a whiter color instead of orange. But if we hit this, nothing. It says the temperature is the same thing. So I was just kind of joking with you. Wait, past whose bedtime? Yeah, I don't understand this. Maybe we just ignore what the temperature says. Mine, it's 3 p.m. here. I mean, nap time maybe. Yeah, so I'm just having this weird issue with like this color temperature never changes. I mean, it does periodically, but I can't seem to figure out what the secret sauce is to get it to change, because we can go back up here. We can change it back to the 3750 that it was. We can go here. We can change the brightness to 100. Then we can come here and hit that. They change color. They definitely get a lot brighter. We come here. Temperature updates. Brightness or brightness updates. Temperature does not. And I'm just at a loss for why that is. So let's try something real quick. Let's make this 265. Wait, I don't even remember what 265 is anymore. You know what? Some of this music on Pretzel Rocks is actually pretty freaking good. You like what vibe? And what are we yesing, Dr. Dumenberg? Yeah, oh yeah, so 265 isn't. So... Oh, cool. So there are other endpoints for changing the setting, like firmware and settings and stuff like that on how they power up. So yeah, so but that's not it. And you're who brought up the color temperature? Yeah, so Rockerboo, you're right about the color temperature. That's what I was doing the values based on, because that's what this Python library was doing, right? And we actually went and looked up the source code, and it does look like they are doing some math to convert between real color temperatures and whatever crazy value it is that the KeyLight wants. But we haven't got to that part in our code yet, because we're still trying to figure out how I can change the code, how I can actually change the light color, but then the light itself still tells me that it's the same color. Does that make sense? So this endpoint right here is me talking physically to the light. None of our own code. This is the number it is returning back for its current temperature, its current brightness, and whether or not it's on. And the weird thing is I can change its color, and this value does not change, or it just randomly decides to change. We're saying it's like, you know, we just chilling and coding. Yeah, I actually love it, with all the colored lights and everybody changing them and getting some music going. It's just kind of hanging out and coding. So, but yeah, so the issue right now isn't the conversion. It's that I can physically change the color of the light, and the light's own HTTP API tells me that it's the same color as it was, which is just freaking weird. So I guess we can do this. Let's see. All right, so there's 265. Let's see if we change it, the brightness, does that work? And let's change the color to, I don't know. One of the values I saw before was 332. So we're gonna do that. Or we're just gonna see what happens. Okay, so I think those are orange, more orange. Let's change it back to, what was it, 262? What was the value it was stuck on? 265. Yep. So this is working. That's changing the color. So I guess we just have to ignore whatever the current color is. Ooh, let's do that. Hold on. Hold up. So I'm telling you, freaking Dr. Doomenberg, I like some of this stuff. All right, let's see. Here's what we can do. So we've actually decoded what the values are. So let's just print out what it ends up saying the value is for the light. Wait, this is for each light, so let's just do L, and let's just print that out. Yeah, I ended up paying for the premium too. You know, I like giving shout outs and stuff like that to people too, but it also, like, it gets really hard to keep up with chat when there's one of those messages going, like, constantly. You know, what's funny is, you know, I grew up techno, right? I live in Tampa, Florida. So, you know, same thing. I grew up in the 80s and 90s too. So Miami bass, you know, all of that was like leading into to this stuff. So I grew up around all of this stuff. But since doing the stream, I listen to a lot more EDM stuff than I have probably in the past few years. Just because I can't really listen to a lot of the stuff I do listen to, because with Spotify. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube and Twitch and all of that stuff. Although I did pay for a license for my intro song, and then YouTube ended up giving me a freaking notice about it. It's like, I paid for a friggin' license for it. Alright, let's see. So temperature 332. Oh, look at this. It came back with 265. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Agreed, it constantly makes me glance at chat. Premium probably does more for the authors anyway, I imagine. Probably, yeah. And I mean, it's like $5 a month, so. Yeah, so luckily though, YouTube just, all they did was muted the beginning of the like the section of the intro part of the video. That's all they did. And like that's cool, right? But Twitch will end up like muting your whole VOD, and then that's not cool. Let's get some. Have you all heard the intro song? So I was like messing around on I was messing around on Audio Jungle, and I found this like trap song that was just, it was so catchy. I'm like, I am paying for this. I don't care what it costs. I'm paying for this, and it is going to be the intro thing. And if you all haven't heard it, we need to take a second to switch to my like stream starting scene so that you all can listen to it, because it is catchy. All right. All right, here we go. I'll just switch over to the stream starting thing. So good. I need to add that like on like a song to just play. I can send you the link to it if you want. But yeah, I was just, sometimes I'll like mess around on sites and stuff like that. And yeah, I was on Audio Jungle and I found that beat, and I'm just like, I will find a use for it. So good. All right. Where did we leave off? Oh, right. We were doing this. Okay. Whoever made it ought to get their props. Yeah, actually, here. Do I have it? Do I have it bookmarked? Give me 2 seconds and I will give you a link to it. Let's see, is this one it? Hold on. Pause this. Is this one it?
Audio Jungle.
Nope. That was another one I really liked. No, that's the same one.
Audio Jungle.
All right, there it is. I will give you all the link to it. It's so good. So good. Okay, so spit out the JSON there. So I do see in our logs here, this changes. From when we had manually changed it. So it's something with our browser not returning the right value. And so at this point, do we want to do the math of changing the color temperature? I mean, it'd be pretty easy to do right here, right? So we've got the brightness. We parse it out into this, or no, the temperature. So we can just look at the logic from this leg light, right? So they're doing this conversion here. Okay, so this is, whew. So we've got 987,000. Why this number? I'm so curious. And what is that? Times? Wait a second. He has his own KeyLight library? Why are we not using hit? We should be using Matt's library. Like, we could just be using his library. We had to stop using the other one. It was crappy for like a bunch of reasons. Why did I not find this one? Go get. Let's see what his does. Okay, so this is just to communicate with it. But we could borrow his Kelvin converter. Yeah, so did I, and we found a library that we were using, and well, I guess you know the part that we got hung up on was really the Bonjour protocol thing, which we still never ended up figuring out. Credit where credit is due. KeyLight. Temp stat, what? Where's temp stat coming from? Is it? Where is it? Temp step is 50. Wait, was it Rocker Boo? Was it you who called out the 50? And where's the temp half step? Oh, 25. Ah, can't type. And undeclared temp coefficient. 20.35. We're just going to hard code ours in here. 20.35. Is that it? Yep. And then our constant is 9,900. Okay. So then we should be able to do a temperature. We should be able to just do a temperature equals to, what was the function called? Convert to Kelvin. Convert to Kelvin. Temp. Wait. Convert to Kelvin. What am I missing here? Oh, because we're missing an equal sign. No, cannot use temp value. Ah. We had all this converted here. Line 124. What's going on here? 124. Value of type int is in 60. Oh, because we changed that too. Ah. All right, let's go open up our config too, because now we're going to be messing around with brightnesses. So brightness with temperature. So now it's a 3750. Let's try. Thought you were going to say Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi for what? And which emojis can you unlock for what, Punchy? Oh, instead of bonjour. Let's see. Oh. Alright, we broke something. What did we break? Temperature? Did we put something in the wrong place? No, this is brightness, and this is all temperature. Aaron, I'm breaking more stuff, man. Don't tell anybody, I won't keep my job. So what went wrong here? You paid the $4.80, but it wouldn't let me unlock the cool emojis. I don't think I know what you're talking about. Paid the $4.80 where for what? Okay, so somewhere in here we're turning them off. Is that because the value is wrong? Let's print it out. Let me turn these on. And then let's just print out the temperature that we're getting here. And then we're going to return. Ooh, yeah, we're getting a negative number. That's not right. That's not right. Why? What are we passing? Temperature 3750. Okay. So our convert to Kelvin is wrong. Our convert to Kelvin is wrong. I want to see what theirs were. Oh, wait a second, because this is the other way around. This is taking the Elgato number and turning it into the Kelvin number. That is not what we want. We want the inverse of that. So this is what we want. So this is, we'll just call it convert to Elgato. And that's the Kelvin. And the temp constant was 9900. The coefficient was 20.35. And I guess that's it. Nobody caught that. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. And then if we changed it to 7,000. I feel like those values aren't right. What's 3,000? So it's slightly off. It's off from what the KeyLight is doing, or from what the Python library is doing. Because the Python library actually generates bigger numbers. Let's go look at PyLegLight. What was the math that it did? So this is the color fit. Let's see how this compares. All right, so cannot indirect. What? Let's just use this math and see what happens. Untyped float constant truncated to int. What? Untyped float constant truncated to int. That takes a float. Okay. But that's exactly what we want. We want it truncated to an int. Oh, wait. So we need to do float 64 of this. I'm like hitting all kinds of extra keys lately. Okay. On the little circle symbol underneath the input box, yes, Dr. Dumenberg, the channel points. What are you trying to do? Oh, choose an emote to unlock. So you weren't able to pick an emote? It should allow you to choose what emote you want to unlock. Did it not do that? Oh, so that's not right. Okay. We're just going to go with a slightly off number from Matt. Because that's the closest we can get. And I don't think we want to spend too much time on this. Like, the exact color temperature is not important. They try to make you pay more money for them? That doesn't sound right. I'd be interested to see like what happened with that. And I don't do channels do they let you pay
it's
regular
super
money?
Creative.
I guess that's all we really need is that settings action here. And I'm gonna, I mean, I'd assume if I leave this alone, then that will just blink. We had that early return. Did I remove it? Oh. There we go. Okay. So that works. We're gonna wait. What did we do in app.svelte? Okay, let's go check the issues. We can close this one. You can't do that one? So not everybody can do it. I think it's subscribers, or if you use channel points to buy it. I'm confused why it won't let you unlock it. I need to like open up my bot account and see whether I can get it myself. Well, I don't have any channel points. Yeah, but I think you can also unlock it with channel points, can't you? Oh, so you can't unlock tier 2 ones if you're... Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that you could use channel points to do that. Maybe I just don't know enough about how that stuff works, but I swore that you could use channel points to unlock the stuff. Oh, tier 2 and 3 are not unlockable. So this is if you were not a subscriber, you could unlock the tier 1 ones. I did not know that. Well, I think I don't know, like 5 subs away from being able to get an additional slot for emotes too, so. So eventually we'll have more emotes for people to unlock. Okay. What time is it? Like 3:30? What do we want to work on now? Oh, thanks for gifting that sub, Punchy. That's really awesome of you, man. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I'm debating what we want to start on. What do we want to start on? Because I think a lot of this stuff is gonna take a little bit. We got a small little group here with our a lot of the regulars and stuff like that. Is there anything all of you would like me to walk through, like Go related? Do we want to walk through some code, do a little code review? I'm happy to switch things up and do something non-bot for, you know, the last, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour that I stream. Show me your... Oh, the Rust. So I don't have any Rust on here right now. I mean, we can try and write some Rust. Can you configure a Cisco router using Go? I mean, I would assume so. There is a remote access protocol for it, so... Yeah, do I have any Rust? Yeah, I definitely don't have any Rust on this machine. I'm trying to think if I have any that I can quickly get access to. I think I have some on my laptop, and I think I have some that's like backed up on my other machine. Yeah, you can definitely SSH into a Cisco router. Let's see, what do we want to handle here? Let's look at our to-dos too, and let's see what we've got going on here that maybe we can tackle a few of to do some cleanup. Start working on database. Handle scenario where startup trigger contains a Twitch action. Okay, so that's on command run dot. Whoa. Command.go. Run. That one needs to stay. But we already have that. Fix path to web, remove hard-coded path. What is that? Fix path to web. Oh, right. So this assumes that all of this is relative to the directory that we are in. So maybe we should here's what we're gonna do. In our bot config, we've got the database path. We can have the web path. And then let's see. Oh, that's in bot command. Oh, right. That's where we need to put our config values. I really need to change this up because this is sort of like a mixture of some config stuff. Web. All right, so now we need to do a file path dot join, and we're gonna say bot dot config dot web path. Now we're gonna join. Is that right? Oh, we've got an error here. Can you do TypeScript in Svelte? You can do TypeScript in Svelte. So I'm not currently doing it in this one, but I do have do I have the thing here? No, my laptop's not upstairs. Otherwise, I could transfer it over. I was gonna say I do have a Svelte app that I've been doing TypeScript in. When I start working on the streamer stuff, you'll get to see that. But yeah, you can totally do that. Noob question: best markup language? Hugo currently in the lead. So Punchy Penguin, Hugo actually just uses. If you're talking about Hugo, the static site generator, that's just Go templates. So that's Go's templating language. If you use golang.org/package/template. Thanks for the follow, GDF. So in here, you can see this is just Go's templating language. So that's all Hugo's using. I mean, not to like simplify Hugo, because Hugo does a ton of stuff and it's like really, really badass. But as far as like, if you want to reuse that, you see that everywhere. What is that? All right. Unexpected new line, expecting comma. Are we missing one there? Am I missing? Huh, I guess so. I guess we might as well do a media path too, right? Just in case these things are stored in separate places. We probably need some sane defaults here too. We're just going to do bot.config.media path. Ooh. I almost didn't catch that. Media path. All right. That's there. That's there. And now we need to do another file path dot join here. We need to pass it bot.config dot web path. And then we want to join public and then index.html. And then we can delete, oops. All right, that's 2 down. And then, ooh. What's this complaining about? What did I break? Undefined type bot.config has no method webpath. Wait, what? Oh. Because this is a private thing, so we actually need web path. We've got this kind of like hidden away. And then we're gonna have to go change this back. Thanks for the sub, McCann. This is so awesome, everybody. I really, really appreciate this. Yeah, it's been really, really fun to see kind of this channel growing. I can't tell you, so I used to podcast for a couple of years, and I really, really enjoyed like the interaction with people who were like listening live and chatting and things like that. And I guess I didn't realize how much I missed it till I started like live streaming doing code, except this is cooler because we can show stuff and I can code and we can talk about code and I don't have to like talk in theory. We can actually do stuff. So I did Go Time for 2 years. Myself, Brian Kettleson, who organizes GopherCon with me, and Carlicia, we did Go Time for I think about 2 years in the beginning. Live streaming, yeah. So we did do the podcast live. So we did have like a core group of followers who like interacted in Slack when we were recording. So that was super cool. And that's what this sort of reminds me of, except I can share my screen and we can do stuff. And I like kind of like how it can just, I mean, it's somewhat planned, but we can just kind of like ad hoc switch things up and somebody can send me a link and we can just talk about the code. And so yeah, I'm having a blast doing this, and it's fun to watch the channel grow. Bot config web path undefined. What am I missing? Web path? Oh, it's just bot web path. Bot media path. Web path. There we go. So we'll make sure this compiles, then you all can change colors and all of that stuff, and then we're gonna do a little cleanup. Cool. And we can do stuff to Eric. Yeah, that is actually really fun, like the interactivity. I am really glad, because there was some stuff that I was like, what do I want to stream at first? And, you know, it seemed like the typical rite of passage for a live coder is to build a chat bot. I'm like, let's do that. So I'm really glad I decided to do that, because that's made this so much more interactive, and we can continue. You know, I won't spend as much time, you know, in the future doing bot stuff. You know, maybe one of the days I stream during the week we'll work on the bot, or as we like come up with an idea that we can like whip up real quick. Although I say that thinking like some of these times where we spent 4 hours working on something that was supposed to work really quickly. But yeah, we'll work on some more complex stuff. So here's one of my thoughts too. I think we should check if config.webpath is empty. We want to default this. And we could do like a ./web or something, but that's not really what I want to do. I made a website that Twitch stole eventually, had Twitch staff come into the chat too. Twitch stole a site from you? Yeah, where did the day go? I feel like like where did the last 2 years go? Oh, when you streamed back in 2015, were they still Justin TV back in 2015? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, there's been some stuff over the years I've done too where you see, products that come out and leverage it, and you're just sort of like, okay. A fun one for me is actually, DNS, obviously, and service records and stuff like that, but DNS-based service discovery, how like every orchestration system has that all built in with sort of like this, wild card, approach of, service dot east dot whatever, right? I built a thing in 2012 with that, 2011, 2012 with that, and nobody was doing that yet, and then implement it into Kubernetes, and now it exists in everything. Undeclared name, config. But it's cool to watch stuff like that kind of take on a life of its own. And deets, I need details, juicy stuff. Are we talking about Rocker Boo here? I wish that Twitch had better discovery stuff. So we could default here, but here's what I'm thinking. I think that I don't want to do it based on where you're running this from. I think what we should do is, how do we get the binaries location? Can we do a os.args? No. Now I'm trying to remember. I've done this a few times. Going get location of binary. Oh, no, that's... Yeah. I was right. I started second guessing myself because I haven't done this. Okay, so this will get us our let's see. Okay, so this is our base path. Cannot initialize one variables with two values. Error declared not used. What does that return? org/package/file/file path. Discovery.rockerboo. They have good stuff now, actually. The homepage is all discovery and category listing, also user recommended by default. Yeah, the viewership thing like is really, really hurts. Because if you don't already have viewers, then it's file path. If you don't already have viewers, then it becomes really hard to get viewers because you show up so far down the list. And then that just encourages people to like spam channels and things like that. And that's not helpful. But I mean, I still think that viewership, viewership still has a significant impact on your discovery, right? Like, let's be honest, even with seeing things, there's an allure of, if this stream has a lot of viewers already, then, it must be quality and therefore I'm going to watch it. And you kind of go in with this, already this thought process that it must be good. So I'm going to hang out, right? Like, there's no doubt that days here where, I kind of start off with a smaller crowd, it tends to stay that way. And days that, like, for whatever reason, toward the beginning, I get a decent, 10, 15 plus people, then it tends to at least maintain or grow significantly throughout the stream. So I think that there's still sort of a metric of, what your viewership is and how that gets you more viewers. at least for any given stream, right? Maybe not necessarily over time. Over time, you obviously build up, you know, your kind of core patrons and things like that that hang out all of the time, and that's sort of any community. So, all right, so this is that. We're going to return back file path dot join, and we're going to join that to there. Okay. And so what we're doing here is we're just going to default everything that if you don't explicitly define a path for these things, then what we're going to assume that you mean is a media directory relative to where the binary lives. And media. And we're going to do the same thing for the database path. Oh. All right, if it's empty, then we are going to return back bot.db. Okay, so everything's going to end up being relative to where the binary lives, which means that we could call the binary from anywhere, and it's going to create the files in the same directory as it, or assume media exists there and things. So let's see whether we broke this. I mean, I guess one way to tell would be to see whether we can load up the local. Okay, that still works. So that's some hard-coded stuff. Was there a ticket for that? Hard coding of media location. All right, we can close that one. I need to do better about referencing these tickets. So let's see. Closes number 26. Remove hard-coded media location. What? Oh, because C is checkout. All right, let's go check this out. What do we got going on in chat here? Now, people with like 6 viewers still top a category for me. Too much JavaScript, young man. Yeah, I think there is more can be done to better make communities, create bots to watch your channel, view bots and whatnot. Yeah, view bots are huge. There's probably several hanging out in here. I would say that good science and tech guys do a good job rating the startup channels. Yeah, I have noticed that too. And I want to do a better job too. Like we've been having fun with the K Thinks Buy thing, but I would really like to try to like raid other people, team members from the live coders, things like that. I'd like to try and do that more if people are on. McCann makes a good point that some of the bigger raiders that are cool will raid smaller streamers. Yeah. I go for Beganbot, hackers, and cute Australian chicks. Raiding is okay, teams are okay, but there needs to be a way to declare your community more outside of your streaming. Now, if you aren't streaming, it's sort of a dead zone. And now Eric, and now the downside to that, and Aaron, you were hanging out there too, I noticed. The one downside to that is that some of the customers of those larger streamers can be trolls in that situation. Right now, everyone's... Yeah, so some of the trolling and stuff like that and the competitiveness between streamers, I don't really like. I really buy into the whole, rising tides, lift all boats, right? Or float all boats. I think it's important to lift other people up, and especially once you've been in the tech community for a long period of time. What's the saying? Send the elevator back down. I've been doing this a long time, and community means more to me than anything. And like subs and all of that stuff. That stuff shows me that I'm providing value, but when people get into like financial gain, so for financial gain, that's not it for me. I do well. I've done well enough in my career. Most of the things like this, if they make money, same thing with the book. All of the proceeds to the book are actually donated to the Bridge Foundry for diversity in tech. It's just I care more about communities and lifting people up and helping people grow than I do about that stuff. And I think if your heart is in the right place, same thing for creating a conference, right? If your heart is in the right place, people enjoy being around you. They enjoy you as a person. When you get like the cattiness between like, I'm not going to promote somebody else's stream, or I'm not going to raid them because that might somehow take from my viewership, like that type of crap, like it doesn't last long. I certainly communicate more in smaller streams or Discord channels. All out late night streams. I never talk in the chat. I want to try and do some stuff at night periodically too. Discord does a better job chatting. Be honest, you can containerize your content as well. When I was streaming, the top streamer in the programming category, they got rid of a lot of categories, was like 20 viewers. Yeah. Oh, so speaking of like rating smaller channels, I wanted to add a ticket here for a thing, an idea that I had. I want to implement a raid command. Oh. Allow viewers to vote on person to be rated. So I think the idea that would be really cool for this is if everybody did, did the raid command and said who they wanted to raid, and then if there was only one person, then it raids that person. If there's a bunch of people, whoever has the highest count, and then we can sort of allow everybody else to, yeah, exactly, kind of a poll for a raid, and it'll be automatic. And maybe we could even make it fun with like the K thanks bye, where if there's a certain number of people who type raid, it doesn't matter whether or not I'm done. We just raid the person. It just happens automatically. And that can be all of your way to be like, Eric, you are having an off day. Just shut it down, buddy. Just shut it down. I mean, how much time do we have? I really wanted to be done probably in the next half an hour at the latest. Yeah, let's save it for next stream. Maybe we'll implement that next stream, and I think it could be pretty funny. I never come back online. Exactly. I just hang my head in shame. Like. Also, everybody, like, we are all growing together and kind of just navigating this as we can. If there's stuff all of you are interested in me talking about or working on, like, I'm here for all of you. Like, we'll work on whatever, I've got plenty of stuff to work on, but at any point, if everybody's like, what's this felt thing? We'll spend a week working on felt. You want to learn how to make emotes. Unfortunately, I'm not a very good graphics person. I'll tell you here is how I make emotes. Well, so the mic drop gopher and stuff like that are actually McNamara has done so much gopher artwork and everything for the community. So like the mic drop and all of that are her artwork, and she is absolutely amazing, and give her all of the props in the world. So that's where that comes from. Any of the other little graphics you see, like this little sub icon and all of that, here's exactly how I make those types of things. You go into your web browser. You got to pay close attention, and you go to Fiverr.com and you search emote. I don't know. And then you find somebody and you pay them. That's exactly how I make graphics. Where is he? And I mean, you can do voiceover actor, right? And boom, you can find somebody to record your very own voiceover work. Yeah, I am not good at graphics, which is ironic because I actually started out in like 3D Studio Max and Maya and Photoshop, and I did design stuff. I mean, I was never like a full-blown graphics artist, but, you know, I did my own design work. All right. Rocker Brew, yeah, I want to rewrite that kind of in Lua. I think you can create a bot and have it run in NVim, have it saved to a file, and have Oh, speaking of which, we need that in our issues too. Actions. We need vim/nvim controlling actions. We definitely need features for that. What else do we need to add in here? I'm trying to think of some of the other features. I think I had a note in my phone for this. Let me check real quick. I thought I had a note in here for another one I wanted to add. Oh, it was that one. Okay, so I'm sure there's other ones. Probably to have people upload sounds and stuff too would be another cool feature. Yeah, I think that would be. Let's go ahead and just update that ticket, right? Let's see. Type random characters. Search and replace. Change color scheme. What are we talking about? A command that lists key bindings. That might be really tricky to do, because I probably have a lot of them. So, also, when I get that Moonlander here, it'd be cool to just control the keyboard in general, right? Because this would allow you to send keys to Vim, probably, but I could allow you to just type random things on my keyboard, which that one might be a little bit of a security problem. Maybe I control what you can type. Like, for instance, I don't know. Let's see. I've got this Pretzel Rocks player here, right? So I'm gonna just nope. So now I have that here on my screen, but I have my modifier key, which is Alt and Shift, and then a number can send that to a workspace. So this actually just threw it off to another screen. Whoop. What is this? Why did I not? Oh, there we go. I was on the wrong screen. But so I could make you all like throw stuff to other screens and stuff like that on me. That could be pretty funny. No, I think that was actually just a Slack with my brother that I was searching. Yeah, him talking about his new truck. You're not in on anything secret. Hi, I would like to learn Go for web dev. I know Java, which is my primary language. From which resources did you learn Go? Sorry for my bad English. Not a problem at all. So I actually started learning Go back in 2011, and there wasn't a lot of books or resources and things like that. So a lot of what I did was really kind of like school of the hard knocks. But if you go to go.dev, there is a getting started here that they have put all kinds of things in here. So links to Code Academy things, Exorcism, there's some code labs, Gopher sizes. You can buy any of these books. You can buy, it's not listed here, but you can buy Go in Action, which I co-authored. Trying to think of some other resources for Go. Make some goofy scenes to swap to. That's, yeah. All right, let's see. Hold on. Sounds. Ability for people to contribute sounds. Okay. What else we got? Goofy scenes. So some of the stuff I want to do is actually apply filters to, like, you know, have stuff sitting and floating and moving around the screen and stuff like that too. I just haven't got there yet. And then there was another one I was thinking of. What was the other one I was thinking of? What was it that I was thinking of? Oh, we do need OBS add video filters / move things around the page. Animation. Actually, the video filters should be something different. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to say browser source, animate objects on the page. Yeah. Like putting stuff on me and stuff like that, I think would be pretty funny, having it move around and whatnot. I actually would really like to see, does like FFmpeg have a like an 8-bit filter or something? Oh, this is gonna get a bunch of stuff, but I think it'd be pretty funny if I could come up with a way to like turn my camera into like an 8-bit version of me or something like that. Yeah. So the web interface is actually on here for the administration, and we could totally take like, you know, a week or something like that to build that, because that JSON file is going to get out of hand pretty quickly. Would it be fantastic to allow people to go to a whiteboard and draw on your camera feed? McCann, I love this so much. Okay. Yes. And we could do that too. And here's how. I'm just trying to think. We could either do it 100% in JavaScript and then translate the motions, and then we could interpret those on the browser source side and replay them. I'm trying to think if we did. Could we do a transparent? We could do a transparent canvas for that. We might be able to do that using WebRTC too. Yeah, it would have to like, but I like that. I really like this. I'm gonna add it to browser source because I think that's probably how it's going to exist. Give viewers the ability to draw on my screen. On screen. And so, yeah. Record movements on viewer side and replay using canvas on browser side. Or WebRTC. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and so that's going to be the tricky part, right? Is, you know, having control over what people do. And that's probably easier. So what we could do is if we implement the front end first, then what we could do is I could have like a bot thing over on my other screen that shows me what it is that you're wanting to draw, and then I can press approve before it happens. So that is a way that we could kind of have like a safe filter to it. And then maybe that's just an option. Yes. I like it. I like it. I mean, if we did WebRTC, then you'd actually be able to record yourself live saying something and we could replay that. I also think that we need a way of like having a bot controlled squirt gun or something too. You like the idea of just limiting it to the camera view? Yeah, I mean, that's true. We are all children a bit. Now I want to build this. We're not doing, yeah, this one will be pretty challenging. I got to imagine this is probably going to take us a few streams to implement. We're not getting a lot of code done, but we're scheming. I like it. I like it. Oops. Did we not already get that from the config? Modules OBS. Yeah, we're already doing that. Oh, that would be a cool emote. Yeah, we need emotes to fly across the screen. Absolutely. Okay, so little like sidebar here. The best code is no code. Exactly. So have you all seen So if you are not subscribed to Callow Creation, you have to watch his stream, because that's one of the coolest things about stuff flying on this that's one of the coolest uses of things flying across the screen that I've seen. So when people raid his channel, like little ships come all over and they start bouncing all over the screen, one for each of the people who's part of the raid party. And then you type defend in the channel, and then you get a ship that starts flying around his screen and attacking the other people. And so you have to get enough people in the channel to do defend to kill all of the raiders. It's freaking awesome. and like one of the coolest things I've seen. Like I just want to be in there like, as part of the raid so that I can kill raiders. It's no, they don't get banned. They don't get banned. It's just a little challenge. Their egos are just hurt. They you know, they don't actually have to suffer at all. Yeah, I mean, you all go straight for the jugular too. You're like, it's not good enough that, you know, they lose. I mean, they're not allowed in. Could you imagine if you had never been to his channel? You had never been to his channel. You come as part of a raid party and then all of a sudden you're banned and you don't know why. That would be so confusing. I don't know, Dr. Doomenberg, how long have you been gone? So we're talking about Callow Creations stream that he has. Wait. Oh, I closed it. And when people raid his channel, little chips like fly all over the screen. And then if you type defend in the channel, okay, yeah, so you've seen him. So we were talking about, who was it? Oh, Punchy mentioned like, if your ship gets shot down, do you get banned? And I was just like, could you imagine how crazy that would be if you came as part of the raid into his channel and then all of a sudden you're banned and you don't understand why you're banned? All right, what else do we have? We fixed that one. What does that to do fix me? If any arguments are supplied, return description. That should already be fixed. The default location. Okay, so let's go to built-in. Right now we're just doing a couple little cleanup things that are... Yep. We implemented that and we never took out the to-do for it. Ooh. So this is the sound list, so we can go ahead and change that. Wait, this is already in bot, so we need media path. And that was our last commit, right? Yeah. Or is he gonna yell at me? Never do this if you work on a team, folks. I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, don't do that ever. So, I worked with somebody one time that had done that and force pushed to GitHub before they noticed that they had screwed up their entire Git repo and they had lost like so much stuff and I had to fix it. Yeah, that was a force push. And if you ever do something like that, do not under any circumstances delete your .git directory. Don't do it, because if you've never seen it, git reflog is the shit. So if you can see here, let's look at our git log. You can see that we have this SHA here, this B807, right, ending in FE07, and this is that closes number 26. And you can see the old one is gone. However, every time head moves, which includes any commit or changing branches. The reference log changes, and it's showing where head is pointed at now, and you know, one change ago, that's where head was pointed to. That's where it was head changed. So we could actually do a git reset hard, and we could do a head at here, right? And we could go back. And now if we look at this, now we're back at the old one. And you can see kind of how we've moved, right? And we want this, we can see this is where origin master's at. So let's actually just reset back to that. Oh, that's head at 1. Okay. Got mine set up. Go to GitLab. I just need to be consistent. Yeah. Yeah, you should really use Git for everything. And there's no way to go back. So Punchy, did you see what I just did? That is a way that you can go back. Only from the person who did that though. Right? Because their Git directory is going to have that. Anybody downstream is not going to have the old thing. So you can locally, if you mess something up, move your ref log back, but anybody else can't. So it's just recommended not to do that. Yeah, and it depends on what Git service you're using, because some of them blow away kind of the stuff. They don't track that. And if you do a Git GC, that will actually clean up any sort of orphaned branches, and that would include that old commit that no longer has anything there. So don't do a git GC, don't delete your .git directory, and you can put it back. Yeah, so I've seen people when they screw up their git directory just rm rf .git and recheck it out. And I'm just like, why? Don't do that. Check media directory. Okay, so we probably won't do that today. We're just doing some cleanup. Minimize max size of this array. Don't look in current working directory. Look relative to home or bot. So that really falls in line with all the other changes. So let's go ahead and fix that one while we're here. Do we not have a so we should probably we should have some sort of logic that, let's leave this, because what I think this should do is have a series of files that it checks for, and maybe have a command line option even. I moved 2 companies from SVG to Git. SVG, you mean SVN? Subversion? A few weeks ago, I did rm-rf, thinking it would be delete all the files in my current directory, even though I knew this was incorrect as soon as I pressed. Wait, how did we get a mic drop gopher with shades on? Oh. And so that's only usable by you, right? I didn't have any import data on the system. Luckily, I was in the process of reloading anyway. So I actually, for fun, when I was shutting down, decommissioning a server one time, did an rm-rf/. It was really actually pretty anticlimactic. What ended up happening was that the rm command ended up deleting stuff from the bin directory that was like required, and it just sort of just stopped. All right, I think it's probably about time for me to wrap it up for today. I've had a whole bunch of stuff going on today, but I likely will not be on tomorrow. Aaron Schlesinger will be streaming tomorrow. I think roughly about the same time I typically stream, so definitely check him out tomorrow. And I will see everybody on Monday. Yes, exactly. Who are we gonna raid? I will pull up the live coders, and we'll see who's on there. Is it Team Live Code? The live coders? I always forget this. No. I always forget this. The live. Yeah. Oh. In some places it says the live coders, and here it's live coders. Lana. The Primogen's on. I don't know who Vape Juice Jordan is. Anthony writes code. Instafluff. Do we want to hit somebody with less people? How to code well. Hey, look, I'm on. 5 people. Sleventh Heaven. What's Sleventh working on? Code Phobia. Sure, let's do it. Raid. All right, let's do it. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. I will see you all on Monday. I will probably be hanging out on Aaron's stream tomorrow too, so we'll chat there. Thanks again, everybody. Let's go raid Code Phobia.